Hey guys, wanted to do a quick video on a question that I get all the time from friends and family and students and people who want to get into firearms, which is, do I inform law enforcement that I have a firearm on a traffic stop? If you've been around the industry at all, you know that a lot of people teach a lot of courses, and a lot of times they'll say to their new students, when you get stopped by the police, you hand them your driver license and you hand them your CCW, pistol permit, firearms license, whatever your state calls it. And there's some states that actually require you to do that. They have laws that are passed that you have an obligation to inform law enforcement if you're stopped of your firearm and of your permit or license. And if you live in one of those states or you're traveling through one of those states, by all means, you don't really have a choice. So it's a moot point. Do whatever the law is in that area. But in Florida, where I live, we don't have a duty to inform law enforcement. So that begs the question, should you or shouldn't you? I do not believe that you should inform law enforcement about a firearm in your vehicle or on your person in a vehicle unless it is going to be found or discovered during the course of the stop by the law enforcement officer. And I'll tell you why. Doing so subjects you to unnecessary liability. You, as a law-abiding concealed carry holder, are statistically the safest person of any subset of any population in the United States. You commit less crimes. You are more of an ally and an asset to law enforcement than any possible subgroup of the population. You, as a good person driving, you committed a minor traffic infraction and you get pulled over. It happens. The firearm that is in your glove box, on your person, or in your center console, or in the holster somewhere, in a gun case, wherever it is, it's not going to hurt the law enforcement officer. And yeah, you tell him, and he might appreciate that. But once he finds out about it, he also has the legal authority to either separate you from the firearm or separate the firearm from your vehicle. And I've seen it a bunch. Somebody does a well-intended gesture. Hey, officer, I have a firearm. Here's my license. And sadly, a lot of cops aren't gun guys, gun cops. They're not super knowledgeable on guns. And depending on the jurisdiction in the municipality, a lot of people connotate guns as bad. There's a bad connotation there. And so when you say I have a gun or I have a firearm, immediately they get a little weird. I've seen it. And they have the legal authority to separate the firearm from the vehicle or separate you from the vehicle. And so what you've done now, by trying to do a good faith gesture to let the law enforcement officer know that it was there, you're now pulled out of the car, your firearm is removed. I've seen them taken back to the vehicle, pulled out of the holster, disassembled, ran the serial numbers to see if they're stolen. I've seen them given back in taken apart or unloaded condition, different than how they were received. And to me, it's just safer for everyone involved to leave it where it is. A lot of cops don't necessarily know how to disassemble various types of handguns. They're not super aware of how they function or the different safety features or different things. I just don't think it's necessary. It's not helping anything. If you keep your documents in your center console next to your handgun and you're lawfully stopped by a law enforcement officer and you need to reach into that compartment to grab it, by all means, let that law enforcement officer know, hey, my documents are in my console. I have a firearm in there. It's legal. I have a permit. How would you like me to proceed? And they'll tell you. They may tell you to leave it there. They may go over and retrieve it themselves. By putting your documents next to your legal firearm in your vehicle, you put yourself in a position where you don't really have a choice, because it could be very dangerous and very bad if you go reaching into that compartment and he sees that firearm and you haven't told him about it. misunderstanding. So what I tell people to do is right above your head there on your visor. A lot of people have garage door clips or different things. Put your registration and your most recent insurance card right here. And when you do that, it doesn't matter where your legal firearm is in your vehicle. Your documents that you need are right here, and you don't have to go anywhere inside of the vehicle to get anything. And so the fact that your Glock or your Smith & Wesson is in the glove box is irrelevant to the stop. He'll stop you, you'll ask for the required stuff, you'll hand it to him, and you might get a ticket, you might not, who knows. You go on about your business, the gun stays where it is, it's safe, you're safe, cop is safe, because you're a good person, and you go on about your business. I just don't see the benefit. I've got a lot of experience with this, I promise, and I tell all of my friends and all of my family not to inform unless they're legally obligated to, or unless the firearm will be found during the course of the stop. You do what you want. If you want to inform, that's fine. There's no problem with that. And it does put the cops most of the time at ease. You let them know. But I just think that there is more inherent risk to letting a law enforcement officer know than there is of just asking for giving them what you're being asked for, what's legally required of you, and going on about your business. So anyway, hope this is informative, hope this helps. Again, if you live in a state where you have to inform, make sure you do. By all means, we want to make sure we're abiding by all local and state laws, but just something to think about, food for thought, discussion. So hope this helps. Until next time, take care.